here we are again, leading with the same stories. We welcome you to CBS Mornings. Of course, we're all thinking about the people of Los Angeles today. I know you are too, facing the most destructive wildfires in the city's history, and the pictures are staggering. This is a look at a new fire that broke out last night. It's a Sunset Fire right here in the heart of Hollywood. It is one of 5 fires now burning in a city that is really simply overwhelmed by the scale of this tragedy, and another difficult day ahead. It's those winds. So far, nearly 30,000 acres have burned with very little containment. At least 5 people, we're sorry to say, have been killed. Over 130,000 people are under evacuation orders today. Tony is still in Pacific Palisades. We're happy to say leading our team coverage across LA County. Tony, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Gayle. The wind must have shifted just a few moments ago. It's starting to get smoky here again. It's hard to breathe. But let's talk about this grocery store behind me. This was part of a town center that really pulled the Palisades together. The items now charred right there on the shelves where they stood. And charred is a description for just about everything around me. Within a short walk from where I'm standing, there are dozens of homes destroyed, churches and schools gone, even a beloved local library with all of its books still inside, still on the shelves. And that is what 2 days of burning will do. Now there's an all-night, all-out effort from firefighters to hold this fire as best they can. We see them working even as we speak. More than 7,500 crews are on the ground overall, battling what is now 5 big fires, all but encircling the city of Los Angeles, and fueled, of course, by those dry conditions and very high winds. Here in the Palisades, it's the most destructive fire in Los Angeles County history, they're saying. More than 17,000 acres reduced to embers and ash, and more than 1,000 homes and businesses and other buildings included, according to LA County Fire. And take a look at this. All along the famous Pacific Coast Highway, some of the most beautiful beachfront properties in the whole wide world, now gone. We've got correspondents on every part of this story this morning, and we're going to begin about 25 miles east of here, the Eaton Fire in and around Pasadena. The death toll is at least 5 there, according to officials. And take a look at these images coming in. These are houses just outside of Pasadena on East Altadena Drive. Here's what they look like now as this fire continues to chew through the city of Los Angeles. And you can multiply that damage, that destruction, by the hundreds, if not the thousands, citywide. Just down the street from that devastation is where we find our Kris Van Cleave covering this again this morning. Kris, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. We drove down that road yesterday, and virtually every house that wasn't on fire had already burned to the ground. More than 10,000 acres have burned, 0% containment. 750 firefighters from across California and Arizona are working on this fire. There are water-dropping helicopters in the air at this hour. They say an early estimate, 1,000 structures destroyed or damaged. You can only assume that that number is going to grow. Firefighters say if it weren't for the rapid action of police and fire as this fire was exploding, that death toll would be much higher. The around-the-clock battle against the Eaton Fire, inflamed by harsh winds, continued overnight as firefighters raced to save what they could.
This one's a loss, which is sad, but hopefully we can save the other ones.
Try to keep it so those embers don't kick up.
And move from house to house, and you can see there's houses behind here, so hopefully we can save this whole group of houses.
But for many, help came too late. Do you feel lucky that you got out when you did?
Yes.
91-year-old Dale Short and his girlfriend evacuated their Pasadena home Tuesday, just hours before we found it engulfed in flames. When Short returned Wednesday, only the smoldering ruins of the place he called home for 6 decades remained. When you came back up here, what went through your mind?
I have to be honest with you, it really hasn't hit me all yet. I mean, I've got 60 years of memories in that house and 3 children. Yeah. Now it's hitting me.
A few miles away in Altadena, we found what could only be described as a hellscape. This is Altadena, and it's hard to imagine much of anything will be left in this neighborhood. You fire there, you fire there, fire burning over there, more fire over there. That home completely engulfed. There is fire everywhere. Sam John watched as his neighborhood went up in flames.
This is why they call it an act of God. There's nothing you can do. There's absolutely nothing you can do.
He says he knows his home could be next. How much hope do you have that this all misses your home?
Little to none. If it does, great. If it doesn't, we got out alive. Our neighbors got out alive.
So many people are still holding their breaths until the winds die down, and that's out of the forecast. One of our big questions this morning, it appears that gas lines are still active in this area. Home after home after home, we see these little, what appear to be gas fires burning. We're going to try to find out why that's happening. Tony?
Yeah, we've noticed that too, Kris. Thank you very much.